This is Tonsen Arttoys Adolescent Malevolence, aka Kid Buu based on Dragon Ball series. Look at this marvelous set! He comes in 2 trays of goodies. Let's see how they fare. Both Type A and B have 6 heads. 5 of them are available on both sets. Only 1 head is unique to each set. The sleeping head is unique to set A, while the tongue-out head is unique to set B. Nevertheless, 6 heads are plenty to cover most action poses. Set A has 6 pairs of 5-fingered hands and a pair of 3-fingered hands, while Type B has 5 pairs of 3-fingered hands. Not many variants though, they're mostly pointing hands in different directions. Each set has an alternate static body, only with different color scheme. They're made of hard plastic, not soft and fluffy. For the effect, Set A received a key ball and its aura energy, while Set B got a blob-like effect shot from his right hand, plus its support stand. Sculpts are magnificent. Likeness is crazy good. There are no other Kid Buu sculpts out there that can best Tonsen's as of now. Set A has light pink skin tone, while Set B has darker pink skin tone. Decals are precisely applied, remarkably tidy, no shadings, and all are beautifully matte finished. All the black dots, the teeth, and open mouth are superbly painted, no mispaints. The horn is semi-elastic, not as soft as Fat Buu. Expression variant is sufficient for most cases. However, there's an iconic look that Tonsen missed, that is, the gorilla face. Nevertheless, for the time being, these are the best Kid Buu heads in 12th scale, period. I'm just glad we finally get a Kid Buu. Making heads is Tonsen's main expertise after all. I'd love to see Bandai top this up. Appearance looks fantastic. Both are wonderfully rendered. Proportion looks great. I think he might be a bit too muscular. However, I have no doubt that these are the best Kid Buu in 12th scale at the moment, if not ever. Here are the differences in color scheme between Set A and B. Now let's check the detail. Boots are well sculpted. Paint job is flawless. Set A is colored in gold and brown, while Set B goes with glossy yellow and black. All are evenly matte finished. The pants sculpt looks great as well. Creases look natural, pre-mold colored, no shadings. Knee joint is hidden inside the leg. The belt is meticulously painted, no mispaints everywhere. The bracers are also tidily painted. The body is well sculpted with minimum gaps between parts. There are minor nub marks and seam lines visible on some parts, not as well crafted as the heads. All the black dots are tidily painted, no mispaints. Matte finish is good on Set A but a bit too thin on Set B. Head colors slightly mismatched body colors. The head is brighter than the body, more noticeable on the B set. Detail-wise, Kid Buu is not as good as Trunks. There are some parts that looks rough with minor nub marks, but paint job is flawless. Impressively tidy for the first figures coming from a relatively small company. Set A carries a key ball effect, equipped with the aura. All are made of hard plastic and look pretty cheaply made. But they serve their purpose well, just don't inspect them too close. Set B comes with a blob-like effect that's sculpted with the right hand. The plastic is quite rigid, so attaching the hand to the body is quite difficult. The surface is not as smooth as Figuarts effects. It also looks cheap. There's also a static stand to hold the blob effect, which I greatly appreciate. The pole is joined with ball pegs on both sides, so you can adjust the angle from both the base and the blob. Buu weighs 53 grams, weighty enough for a figure his size. Here's some comparisons with other Figuarts. I think he needs to be slightly shorter, but he looks great regardless. So I've seen Tonsen's Trunks and I expect the same build quality from Buu. Let's check him out. The head rotates 360 degrees. Looking down is acceptable, looking up is limited. Some heads were not finished properly, so you might need to remove the nubs whenever it exists to improve looking up range. The head joint is very tightly connected to the head, so oftentimes the joint is detached from the neck when you swap heads, which is a little bit annoying since you need a tweezer to remove the joint from the head. The neck range is basically non-existent. It has nowhere to move. Butterfly joint range is also limited. The arm's reach across body is mediocre. The arm rotates 360 degrees. The joint is tight. The sideways range is excellent. Biceps swivel as usual. The elbow joint is double hinged. It bends slightly over 90 degrees. The hinge is very stiff. Recommended to lubricate. The forearm is on a peg, tightly attached but safe to detach. The forearm swivel, obviously. The hand is on a ball peg, difficult to rotate due to its size, so I usually rotate the forearm instead. Side-to-side range is poor because of the bracer. The chest is on a ball joint. The fitting is loose. You need to stuff some cotton in the socket to tighten it up. Side-to-side range is decent. Forward and backward range is mediocre. Too bad the abs, lower abs, and hip are all made of hard plastic. Hence, abs crunch is limited, even though the abs is on a ball joint. The abs joint is very stiff and needs oiling. Combined range of the chest and abs is pretty good. Nothing impressive though. Abs crunch is still poor. I wonder if Tonsen will ever reissue a version 2 with rubber abs and hip. The legs go up 90 degrees. This is body 3.0 design, but the rigid hip limits the leg range. Backward range is good. The sideways range is excellent. He's capable of full split just like Trunks. The thigh cutout doesn't limit range. Impressive! The thigh swivel is rather loose. Nothing you can do to tighten it, sadly. The knee is single hinged, bends only 90 degrees. It's smoothly tight. It's nicely designed since the joint is hidden inside the pants. The leg wrap rotates 360 degrees. The foot is on a hinged peg. However, the range is poor because of the leg wraps. Up and down range is poor. Feet also don't rotate. The toes bend 90 degrees. Very loose hinge. So, it's clear that Kid Buu is not built as solid as Trunks. Some joints are tight, some are loose and very easy to detach. However, he's not as bad as, say, Guts or BFTF Trunks. To me, Kid Buu is still enjoyably fun to play with. Tonsen Arttoys' Adolescent Malevolence is an excellent rendering of Kid Buu coming from a relatively new third-party company. No matter which type you choose, these are the best looking Kid Buu action figure as of now. Despite a few minor build quality issues, he's fun to play with. He's a nice companion for many Dragon Ball characters that you already have. That said, he is highly recommended to complete your collection. However, $65 for a third-party figure is not cheap, even though I think it's acceptable. But the limited distribution might add to his cost for some people such as me. Moreover, we may not have to wait long for Bandai to make an official version, given that Figuarts are now making their way into the Android saga. Perhaps in 3 years or so, if we're lucky, that is. Well, I think that's all I have to say. If you want to discuss about this figure, please comment down below. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you find it useful. See you next time.